Before starting the video, the following video may contain some spoilers. Please watch at your own discretion. Created by Darren Star and Jeffrey Richman, Netflix's romantic series Uncoupled revolves around Michael Lawson, a New York City realtor. Michael's partner Colin McKenna ends their relationship of 17 years on the 50th birthday of the latter without giving any reason for doing so. Colin's departure from his life leaves Michael to confront the need of finding a new partner and starting a fresh chapter of his life in his 40 seconds. Starring Neil Patrick Harris as Michael and Tuc Watkins as Colin. The series progresses through Michael's efforts to find the reason behind Colin's decision and a new lover. Since the first season of the show ends with multiple cliffhangers, we have taken a magnified look at the same. Let us share our thoughts concerning the same. Uncoupled recap. To distract himself, Michael starts to focus on his work. He convinces Claire Lewis to take him as her realtor as she aspires to sell her opulent apartment. Claire creates a non-professional bond with Michael as she shares her anger concerning her failed marriage and eventual divorce with him. Meanwhile, Stanley tries to find out the reason behind Colin's decision to end his relationship with Michael by attending his dinner party, but fails to do so. Michael registers on Grindr and makes himself available to other men. He meets an Italian guy named Paolo regarding the sale of an apartment and ends up having sex with him. Michael starts suspecting that Colin is seeing someone else, which makes him find a partner for himself. After a few failed dating tries, he meets Luke. They see each other for around a week, but Michael ends their companionship as he realizes that he is not ready to welcome a new partner to replace Colin. Michael meets his ex-partner at the Jonathan's wedding and talks to him, only to find out that he is not dating anyone else. Meanwhile, Stanley gets diagnosed with breast cancer. Billy, while dating Wyatt, flirts with others, which infuriates Wyatt. He ends their companionship, which leads Billy to reconsider his flirtations and his non-commitment towards not only partners, but also friends. Uncoupled ending. Why does Colin break up with Michael? Colin leaves Michael while their relationship progresses without any conflicts, which leaves Michael shocked. He suspects the involvement of another man behind Colin's decision, but later finds out that he doesn't have any affairs. Seeing Michael's attempts to find out the reason, his best friend Stanley tries to find out the same but fails. At the Jonathan's wedding, Colin finally reveals the reason behind his decision to leave Michael: the predictability present in their relationship. According to Colin, life with Michael has become very predictable that he can know what will even happen in his future. Uncoupled begins with Michael preparing for a surprise party to celebrate his partner Colin's 50th birthday. Before the party, Colin informs Michael he is moving from their apartment without giving a reason. The next day, Colin asks Michael whether he can join the former for a couple's therapy session. Michael and Colin attend the session with psychologist Dr. Sweeney, but Michael ends up talking about his concerns without giving Colin any time or space to raise his concerns. After the session, Colin informs Michael that they are over and there isn't anything to work for. Michael shares his pain with his best friends Billy and Stanley, who motivate him to date someone else. The 17 years of Colin's relationship with Michael make his life a part of an unceasing routine, doing the same things year after year with Michael, while being a part of the same social circle, makes Colin feels that he is limiting his life to his relationship with Michael. In addition, Michael's nature of not giving Colin any space to express himself freely further affects their relationship. Colin fails to tolerate Michael making everything about how he feels. Finally, Colin leaves Michael so that he doesn't have to suffer the suffocating feeling that has become a part of his life with his partner. Still, Colin gives his relationship with Michael another chance by consulting a psychologist. Colin arranges a couple's therapy session for the duo so that he can express his concerns freely with a therapist to moderate their discussion. However, Michael ends up using the entire session to raise his concerns and questions without giving Colin a chance to express himself. Colin believes that Michael cannot change who he is, which leads him to break up with the latter. Do Colin and Michael get back together? Colin breaks up with Michael upon believing that his life with the latter has become mechanical. The unceasing repetitions of actions lead Colin to consider a life away from Michael so that he can attempt to start a new and exciting chapter of his life. However, such a chapter doesn't live up to Colin's expectations. It is clear that his new life hasn't been satisfying for him from his conversation with Michael during the wedding party of the Jonathans. When Colin lets Michael know that he couldn't stand his life and future becoming very predictable, the latter points out the positive side of the same. After the party, Michael returns to his apartment, only to encounter Colin, who lets him know that he thinks he has made a mistake. Colin is referring to his decision to leave Michael, indicating his wish to get back together with his former partner. Colin may have realized that the routine he despised is one of the merits of his relationship with Michael since it made his life easier and uncomfortable. He may have found it harder to find love and companionship again, just like Michael does. Colin's conversation with Michael may have made him understand how easy and comfortable it is with him. In addition, Michael becomes a changed person by the time of the Jonathan's wedding. He realizes his issues and works on them. Rather than wishing the worst for Colin, he succeeds in talking with his ex-partner maturely and aspires to see him happy. Such a change may have affected Colin as well, leading him back to Michael. Since Colin realizes that his decision to break up with Michael was a mistake, they most likely will get together, especially considering that Michael still loves and cares for Colin, who is Kai's father. Susan conceived Kai when she was backpacking across Europe during her college break. She had sex with multiple individuals during the trip and have no idea about the identity of her son's father. She also never bothers to find it since she succeeds in becoming Kai's father and mother. Still, her curiosity regarding the man's identity conquers her when Kai finds him through the internet. Even though Kai later realizes that he doesn't want a father in his life since Susan is enough for him and decides against meeting his father, Susan goes to meet him at a bar. Susan looks through the bar's window and gets startled upon seeing the unrevealed man, since she is expecting to see the man after 25 years. The only explanation behind her shock is that the man is someone she already knows in between. Susan must have seen Paolo at the bar and he can be Kai's father. While talking to Michael, Susan revealed that Kai's father is from Amsterdam, Berlin, or Rome. Considering that Paolo is from Rome, Susan likely sees him at the bar and gets astounded since she couldn't identify Paolo as Kai's son while helping him find an apartment and flirting with him. Since Paolo is bisexual, he might have had a one-night stand with Susan while they were young. Since it was a one-night adventure for both of them in their youth, it might not have stayed in their minds, which explains why they likely didn't recognize each other earlier. Also guys, if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, as well turning the notification bell on so that you don't miss on such amazing upload in the near future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.